Vandus Hammerhand awoke in his cell, his breath coming in ragged gasps. Sparks crackled around the Lord Celestin's heart as it beat fast and hard, booming within his chest like a war drum sounding the charge. He had experienced the vision again, another visitation from the being of pure celestial energy he had come to think of as the Lightning Man. This time the thing had been ever closer, so close he could make out its whispers under the rumble of storms to come. "Look not to the horizon," it had said. "The danger is that it dwells beneath. There is another tide rising, a tide of death." The words resounded around his head, echoing still, as if the Lightning Man had been murmuring its crackling warnings in the cell with him. And perhaps he had. Morbid scenes filled Vandus's mind, carrion feasting on an abattoir wasteland, barren grey deserts, great churning whirlpools that drained all life into a bottomless pit of nothingness. All the folk tales in Azerheim's lesser districts, all those travellers' myths and stories he had lately dismissed out of hand. Perhaps they were not idle rumours after all, but the rippling of causality bleeding out from a cataclysm yet to be. Vandus pushed down the splitting headache that had threatened to consume him, stood tall, inhaled the incense of the meditation cell, and gathered his wits. The God King must be informed. Even after so many audiences, the majesty of Sigmar's throne room still took Vandus's breath away. The air under its vaulted ceiling was a cosmos wrought in miniature, a constellation of purest azurite energy. There, at the grand chamber's heart, was the God King, sat proudly upon his throne. Star silver glowed around him, flares of energy reaching out to connect with the elaborate golden orrery high above. "Approach, Vandus Hammerhand!" The God King's voice was a rumble of distant war. "You have no need to kneel." "My liege," said Vandus, "I bring warning of dire portents, but to my shame, no proof. I ask only that you listen." "What have you foreseen, son of the heavens?" Vandus talked of his visions, his fears, and the consequences of a failure he could not countenance. He talked of dooms to come, of vistas of shattered ruin and a realm torn asunder. But most of all, he talked of death. "These are truths yet to be," concluded Vandus, "unless we make of them falsehoods." Sigmar said nothing, brooding for so long that Vandus felt himself diminished by the silence. Then the God King nodded, rose to his feet, and walked from the throne room towards the high stair of Singindel.